As most of you know, there are going to be 3 questions put on a referendum in the ballot this year on October 27th as part of the election. Technically, in order for the referendum to be binding, a minimum of 50% of the voters, the eligible voters, have to turn out to cast a ballot. And then if there's a majority, obviously there probably would be, but if there's a majority, then that vote is binding. Whatever the decision is, that's binding. However, despite the turnout, even if there are fewer than 50% of the voters turn out for the municipal election, personally I feel that City Council has to deal with these questions, has to put them on the table very early in the term and put them to rest. The first question, are you in favor of retail business establishments having the choice to open to the public on December 26th? That's the Boxing Day issue. Should stores be allowed to be open on Boxing Day? That's something that I'm really glad the voters are going to have a chance to decide. Personally, I don't do a lot of shopping. I kind of like the idea that there's no pressure to go shopping, but I also can remember times when I wish stores were open on Boxing Day so that I could go out and purchase a few things that I couldn't get on Christmas Day. The second question, are you in favor of retail business establishments having the choice to open to the public on the civic holiday, the first Monday in August? Again, personally, I don't really see that's going to be much of an impact either way, whether stores are allowed to open or not. Civic holiday in August is not really a big day like Boxing Day. The third question, are you in favor of allowing retail business establishments to choose the hours when they are open to the public? I think that's going to be the most critical one. I think if that question is voted on and it's voted on in favor, if the public votes on this and they accept it, that's going to have a major impact on our community. It's going to change the whole structure of how our community operates. I really think question number 3 is the big one. Regardless though, I may have my own personal opinion. When I go in the ballot box, I'm going to mark off my votes for all those 3 questions. I think though, as a councillor, when we start meeting as a council in 2015, the beginning of 2015, I really think we're going to have to put those questions to a vote. If we don't have the 50% turnout, we have to put those questions to a vote. And personally, my vote's going for the majority. Whatever the majority is on any of those questions, my vote's going to be for whatever the majority vote was. So if we get 40% turnout and the majority of that 40% vote to allow the retail store establishments to choose their own hours, that's going to be my vote. The people will have spoken. And I think as far as councillors are concerned, we don't have a choice. I really do think that because it was put to a referendum, if it's a 50% turnout, the decision's made. If it's not a 50% turnout, we can't let those questions hang. We can't just leave status quo. We've got to go with the vote. Now the vote may well be to leave status quo. And if that's the case, that's the case. But then it's done. And I don't think it should come up again for the rest of the term. I don't think it should come up again ever. So that's my position on the store hours. That's my position on the referendum. Whatever the majority is, whatever the percentage is, that's going to be my vote.